So, someone was asking in the comments how to balance spirituality with the personal life. He does not want to be an outcast. And I don't know what to interpret in your comment. Maybe you're afraid that you'll become a weirdo after practicing too much spiritual stuff. And you shouldn't forget that spirituality is not something that should take effort. It is something that you do because you want your life to be more fruitful, to be easier. It should be a way for you to get into that flow state. So it's not something that is very hard to do. It's supposed to be effortless. It's not something that you practice because you want to attain something. It is not a mindset. It is all about discovering your default settings. So your default settings are pretty effortless. So when a guru, Nisargadatta Maharaj, comes off as very wise, which he obviously was, then you maybe interpret very much effort in his being. You think that what he has attained was very hard to attain, but you cannot attain this effortless state that he is in through effort. There's a picture of him where he's just like that. And that's a clue for you to understand that spirituality is all about taking it easy. So, how to balance taking it easy with effort? Well, there's just a relaxation in what you do. For example, when you are watching this video right now, a part of you might think that there's some valuable knowledge and wisdom, something that you can get. But I promise you that everything I say in this video is gonna be forgotten. So you can unfocus right now, like, and just let that sound appear, but it is not really entering your brain. It's not really information for you. It is just sound appearing. And that's absolutely effortless. So you don't have to be self-conscious all the time, but you are being lived, just like your lungs are breathing themselves. So when you are waking up in the morning, the body is doing what it's supposed to do and you don't have to do anything. Brushing your teeth happens naturally. Making coffee happens naturally. That's Wu Wei, actually. The art of non-doing, and when something is required, it will happen naturally. That's spirituality. And I don't even like to call it spirituality, because to me, that's just ordinary life. Go through life like this. So that's spirituality, actually. So, and I know a lot of people are suffering and they are on a quest to find their real self. And some gurus tell you that you have to look within. And I was also like, where is it? Where is it? I don't find it. Like it takes effort because we are conditioned to put in effort to attain something. But that's the problem, you see. Gautama Buddha was also putting in very much effort. He was very disciplined to attain enlightenment. He was eating 1 grain of rice every day until he became very skinny. And I'm not very familiar with the original text, but I think that he attained what he wanted to attain when he gave up. Just like everyone. Like, finally I'm just allowed to feel at home without putting in any effort. So when someone like Nisargadatta Maharaj asks you, who are you? You're not supposed to look for who you are and then come up with an answer. You just recognize the sense of being alive. And it's always here. Sometimes it's in the background, sometimes it's very present. And when you are simply here, and you ask yourself, how many thoughts do I need right now to simply be? Then everything just disappears and you simply are. So you can work, drink, eat, having conversations with people in that state of being. And it's absolutely effortless. So you can only truly meditate when you know that you are that sense of being, that effortless sense of being. You see, we want to attain something called enlightenment because we think it's something very valuable. And we know that we can only attain valuable stuff in this world through effort. So the valuable thing about money is not the money itself, it's the suffering behind it. So we pay with our pain to get pleasure. That's just the simple duality of this relative existence. So when you ask yourself at some point in your life, is this all there is? And then you look for some spiritual wisdom, whatever that is. Then someone might tell you that there is an absolute level where you can finally just be in peace. And then, of course, because you're conditioned to attain valuable things through effort, you think that you have to put in a lot of effort to attain effortlessness. You think you have to do something to get to a state of non-doing, which is like shouting for silence. It doesn't make sense. A lot of people tell me that I'm supposed to look deeper and I'm at the beginning of my path, when it's absolutely clear to me that if I would be on a path, then I would be on a wrong path. There's no such thing as a path. This belongs to samsara. So you don't need to balance anything, because the necessary balance you need is already here. There's nothing you need. Just that. You don't want enlightenment. You want to have ease. And ease and relaxation is only possible when there's no ego, because when we talk about an ego, we are talking about this seeking energy. Now, when you're constantly seeking, you cannot relax. The typical ego is only allowing you to relax for a small, tiny moment after you have attained something valuable. So when you come home from work and you can finally sit down on your couch, that's a valuable moment. So that's a small moment where your ego disappears. But then it comes back and says, that's not enough, you have to watch TV now. So that's not enough. But this default setting, which is always here, which is always in a state of relaxation, is not something you have to attain. It's always here. So that's the trick. It's not a complicated trick. So again, if you ask yourself, how much thoughts, how much effort do you need to simply relax and be, to simply be? See, the dualistic seeking mind does not like this question, because the only logical answer to this question is, I don't need any thoughts to be. And when thoughts are needed, when you have to put in work, when you are in that relationship, you simply do what you have to do when it's time. But you're not doing anything right now. You're just watching a YouTube video. I'm basically not saying anything. So that's your default setting. Nothing spiritual about it. That's it. So what happens is you are in a state of basically I don't care. So that's the I don't care mode. So you go through your life with, life is letting me just like the air is naturally being in my lungs. It's breathing. It's my heart is pumping on its own. So I'm being lived. So I'm just naturally in the flow. And that's the balance. So, and that's it. And if you want to, you can like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and have a great day.